Hey everybody, I'm back with another update of what's happening here in southern Utah, and today I'm back out here in Washington Fields, right along the eastern side of George Washington Boulevard. Today we get to hear from Mayor Staheli and Councilman Ivie as they explain this new project that's happening out here right behind me. It's called Washington Wheels Park, and it's going to be an Olympic qualifying regional park that's going to be for everybody. Really look forward to seeing this thing come to fruition and look forward to showing you, so let's get started. So I'm here with Mayor Staheli and Councilman Ivie that are going to tell us a little bit more about this Washington Wheels Park that a lot of people are really excited about. So first of all, thanks for having us. Appreciate you guys, and really excited about this project you're working on. Let's hear the story first.
Yeah, so McCrae, this is an amazing park that's going to be built, but I think just as important, and we're going to talk some of the details about this park, but I think it's important to get a little bit of the background, a little bit of the context, and really the way that it came about. Councilman Ivie was very instrumental, so I'd really prefer you to give the backstory on this park.
Let's hear it, Kurt.
So when I was teaching 5th grade at Washington Elementary, I had a student come, and he asked me one day, he says, "Where am I supposed to ride my skateboard?" He says, "I ride on the sidewalks and people yell at me. I get on the roads and the police don't like me there and my parents don't like me going clear out of town, and there's no parks or no place to ride except for in parks, and they're not supposed to be in parks." And so I told him, I said, "Let's go to the city council and ask him that question." So he came in and I stood with him at the pulpit and we asked the council that. Then from that very simple grassroots conversation, it evolved to having conversations with council members, our previous mayor, Mayor Staheli, current council, working with staff and with some high-level experts in our area to help us to formulate this plan of what the park would look like. Because I'm a motorcycle guy, but I'm not really a skateboard, bicycle guy. But we got with this group, it's now about 25, 30 individuals strong, and we meet all the time to give updates. They give input for this park. But this park looks to be something for everyone. That's what we want. And that's all the way from a 2-year-old that's here on vacation that wants something to do for a minute out of the car, right up to an Olympic qualifying skate park venue. And that's everything in between. We've tried to accommodate every scenario, some of the amenities, and of course it's going to have a deep bowl. It's going to have some of that pavilion type seating to move in some aluminum bleachers for the Olympic qualifying events that we hope to have. Plus we will have bicycle, BMX track, cross-country type venue. And, we have room here to grow at some point in the future, possibly. But right now we're about 15 acres. We had two individuals in Washington City that donated each about 7.5 acres each. One was Doug Dennett, and the other individual was Carl Wright. And we really appreciate their donation. That's what got this off the ground, if you remember, Mayor.
Well, and it's an ideal location because as you look kind of down behind us, this is a detention area where the use, you can't build other structures on it. So for us to be able to use it and design it to detain water, but then also to build the park with all of the amenities that the councilman mentioned, it's really an ideal use for this, for a wheels park.
For sure. Now, speaking on where we're at, we are out on the eastern side of Washington, right along SR 7. We do have some road work going here. Tell us a little bit about the impact of this road and kind of the location of where it's at.
So we're on George Washington Boulevard, formerly 3650 South, but this is the road that will connects to the east past the Red Cliffs Temple, and eventually will connect all the way into Dixie Drive in St. George to the east here on the Parkway. I suspect within a year or so, you'll have George Washington Boulevard, an 85-foot minor arterial road, so it's designed to move traffic across the county, but you'll see on and off ramps onto the Southern Parkway, which makes this really nice. This is a regional park, so it's designed to really provide this niche or this service for anything from skateboards to bikes to mountain bikes and scooters. It's designed for people all across the county, and the access is going to be ideal right here off George Washington.
Yeah, for sure. No, I can't think of a better location. So talking a little bit more about the park and this Olympic qualifying state-of-the-art project, let's talk about who's building it, Kurt.
Okay, great. Yeah. So when we started this process, as I said, I wasn't an expert, but we asked a lot of questions, held a lot of meetings, went on some road trips.
Yeah.
And we were introduced to a gentleman out of Southern California. His name's Aaron Spahn. He happens to be exactly my Spahn.
Former professional skateboarder.
Yeah, skater. He was on Cedar Mountain camping with his family. I call him and say, hey, we're interested in putting in a skate park in Washington. And he goes, will 2 hours work? And I goes, you're not going to leave your family. Just stay there and enjoy your time. And he goes, no, I'll meet you. He came to my office, and our initial conversation, he smelled like campfire smoke. And his excitement just helped to solidify that he was the right builder. He has some direct ties to Tony Hawk and all that professional skateboard community. And we felt like that he had the experience and the integrity. You know, we're dealing with public money.
Yeah.
It's not ours to spend. We have to be very careful of that. And we felt like, after checking out his history and his track record, that he'd be the very best to represent what we wanted here in Washington City.
That's awesome. Super cool. So talking time frame now, groundbreaking and then time to completion. What are the projections?
So we're looking to likely sometime in May for a groundbreaking, possibly during Cotton Days, which is our annual city celebration. As far as time to build out, Councilman, what are you hearing on that? Do we know how long it'll take to build?
Well, we have to remember, it's not just the destination, it's the journey.
For sure.
We've been enjoying this journey the whole time since it started. So we're looking to complete and do a ribbon cutting in fall of 2024.
Okay. Very cool.
So that's kind of the timeline on that. But yeah, we're just excited.
It's awesome. No, it's going to be great. I'm super excited for it. I think it's something that has been needed here for a long time, like that kid in your class said. And for it to be a state-of-the-art, world-class, Olympic qualifying potential location is awesome. So
well, and I love the way that it came about. I mean, that's exactly what representative leadership looks like, right? You have someone from the community, and in this case, it happens to be an elementary school-aged young man who reached out to his former teacher and council member and starts that process. I think it's also important to recognize that here in the Fields, this is a fast-growing area of our city, and the majority of our parks are north of the Virgin River. So what we're trying to do is create a regional park, right? And then we want to connect to this park through our network of trail systems that's ongoing.
For sure.
But it's a substantial cost, but we'll fund this through impact fees, which means as new houses get built, they pay a portion of impact fees that go towards park. So about $10 million of that will be paid out of park impact fees. Right now we have a $1 million grant from Greater Zion from the county that has contributed to it. And we have some other applications in for funding. But yeah, this is going to be state-of-the-art, X Games, Washington Wills, certainly a destination park that we're really excited about.
It's awesome. Super cool. Well, thanks again for having us. Appreciate you taking some time to explain it. Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap, guys. As you can see, really cool project here in the works in Washington City that I know is going to be a benefit for a lot of us for years to come. For more info on what's happening here in Southern Utah, you can call me or text me, 435-668-7293, or find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Thanks, guys.